Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
When I'm playing a solo game, I really do want a very easy setup. This game has an extremely easy setup. You pick a board, you put your 2 cubes on here, you set your dice aside, you decide if you want to play with the main bad guy in the deck or out, which is one of the 2 different variants that come with the game. You shuffle your deck, and you're ready to play. Setup can be done in about 30 seconds. It's very, very easy. And that just seems like it's such a big time saver to me when I'm wanting to play a solo game. Now, Deep Space D-6 is a solo game that can only be played 1 player. You'll be rolling these custom dice that will give you crew members that you can utilize to take care of the objectives or bad guys that are coming after you. The game can literally be taught in about 2 or 3 minutes, so it's very easy to pick up. The board, and you have 4 different boards that come with it, will show you what the icons mean. One of the brilliant things about this game is how all of the rules are really printed right here on the board. So each spaceship you utilize will have a little bit different rule set. But it's very clear what the dice do when you roll them, and they seem to work together very well. The way you play is you shuffle this main deck of cards, and these cards will be utilized as the obstacles that will keep you from winning the game. The main decision you're going to be making in the game is how to use the dice when you roll it. In addition, you're going to be deciding which of the bad guys you will kill first. Now, the main decision on which bad guys to kill will be which ones utilize the dice. This one you can tell if you roll 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Anything but a 6, you will take 1 hull damage, which is very different than this one, which only roll a 2 or 4 minus 1 hull, send a unit to the infirmary. So it's a little bit extra, but there's a less likely of a chance of it happening. Let's compare these 2 cards. 2 possible bad guys are going to take. This one takes 3 damage to kill. This one takes 2. But on a roll of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything but a 6, I will lose 1 hull. This one's a 3 and a 6. If it's rolled, I lose 2. This one does more damage and is easier to kill. But this one, I'm more likely to get hit on, even though the damage isn't as much. Which one would you kill? And that's an important decision that you'll make in this game. The dice rolling doesn't matter. It's really down to what you think is more likely to happen to hurt you more. So if you roll a 3, well, this would hurt you twice as much. Or if you roll a 3, it's only once. And this one is easier to kill. Those are the type of decisions that you'll be making. The game also uses these boss cards. And there'll be 6 of them that you can put into the deck or leave to the side. And this is kind of made to simulate the main bad guy at the end that you would fight. You can play with these, take them out, and that's one of the beauties of the game. So let's take a look at how you play this. So when the game starts, you're going to start with a couple of these fighters that will be out on the board. And what you'll do on your turn is you'll roll the dice. And you can utilize the spaces on the ship to do what they to perform actions. I'll come back to that. If your hull ever gets to 0, you lose the game. You do have some shields that normally will protect your hull, and of course for 4 hits only, but there are some ways they can hit you that go through the shield, so you want to be careful of that. After you do your dice, what's most important to understand is the hitting. This is the damage that they'll take, so there's 2, and they take 1 damage. They'll slide down to 1. And then what you'll do is you'll add another threat from the game board, a random card, and you'll add him at that point. And then you'll roll the dice, and whatever you roll, you'll look on the cards and see if the cards are activated. Usually what they'll do is they'll eliminate your damage until you get down to 0. That's what they're trying to do. Each of the boards play a little bit different, so let me show you what this one does. Change a crew die to any face. This makes other dice wild. This is the fire lasers. 1 damage for the first die. Each additional die gives you +2. This returns all your units from the infirmary or returns a locked dice. I'll explain that in a second. If you roll the lock symbol, you will add the lock to the game. If there's ever 3 in a row, and it stays there every time you roll, you have to put out an extra bad guy. So you want to stay away from those. The purple allows you to take these and reuse the dice. In addition, you have the infirmary. If dice go to the infirmary, they get set right here. But during the assigned phase, you may send a unit to the infirmary to change another available unit to any phase. That can help you with the wild card. It's double-sided. One side doesn't give you that power. But if they go to the infirmary, you can't re-roll them unless you use a purple dice to get them out. The green dice allows you to take your shields. As your shields come down, one green dice will put it back up to the maximum. Or you can use it as a stasis beam. That simply means that if you roll a green, you can put it on one of these cards. And that round, even if the numbers are rolled on the card, they will not be activated. The final one is orange, repair hole. The first one is 1, and that will repair the hole up. For each additional dice, you can move it up 2 spaces. So 1 dice is 1 space, 2 dice is 3, 3 dice is 5, and etc. And that's how you, generally speaking, that's how you play the game. There are additional boards that will do different things. This slots rockets. So every red is 2 damage. Quantum cannon. Return a bad guy if you put a red and a green. Copy another crew die. Recharge your shields. Return all units and repair the hull. This one has an override, a recharge the shields, a repair the hull +3. Swap shields with the hull. Attack based on the crew types. Return all units from the infirmary. So then you have a little bit of a chart that you do here. Keep in mind it only takes 2 to bring out a bad guy on this one. So each of these are kind of cool to play with, and they'll give you a little bit of different options of what the dice do. The shuttle is the go-to one that you would start the game out with in your basic challenge. So a quick overview. The game is very simple in the fact that you will roll your dice, assign your dice to either shoot or heal or fix your shields or do whatever that you want to do. Then you will bring out another bad guy to the deck. Then you will roll the black die to see if any of them are activated, and you do it on the card, which is usually lose damage. If you go through the whole deck and the bad guy, you win the game. If at any point you get to 0, you lose the game in your hull. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing games.